truthful words deserve like courtesy, applause will show how fair you are to me. Applause will show how fair you are to me. Your drinker of a vintage wine is wise, as also he who ancient plays does prize. The plays of classical antiquity, well made for today's gross iniquity, with shows appearing daily thick and fast, like coins, each issue worth less than the last. And then there's a message that many brought us. We'd like to see another show by Plautus. Perhaps one or two will know this play? No Romans here. Then I'm bound to say, since only works of merit should survive, that none deserves more than this to be revived. So far did our flower poet surpass the rest, that from the first, this was judged his best. Poet may fall and be, not to rise again. Yet what he wrote can teach, if not the man. So set your minds with ours in harmony and learn the purpose of our company. No doubts or debts need any fear today. No chance you'll get in bill collector's way. So enjoy your games, from every debt be free. It's Siesta Fiesta, officially. Now your tellers only check accounts, not funds. There'll be time enough tomorrow for their done. So listen and forget all business claims. It's time to give our comedy some names. Play Remenoi, and later Sortientes, with titles fit for ancient audiences of Greeks and Romans. Hardly your condition. Say the Lactuars, or the Eusortician. To Athens, Greek Diphilus first brought it. Then Plautus wrote it out again, for Plautus. Here dwells an old married man with spouse. Their only son lives with them in the house. He counts among his slaves a certain valet, a fellow sick today upon his pallet. That slave some 16 years ago one morning saw a foundling at their door. Baby just left her by her mother. He asked her, could he take it to another? No sooner was her quick consent made known than home he flew. Would mistress like to own the child? She would. She raised her so well, the true maternity no one could tell. This girl has reached an age where she can vex with charms the members of the other sex and throw her household into passion's throes. The father and his son are hard opposed to one another. Legions both repair, and both assume the other's unaware. The father first acquired his overseer's aid, a slave to pose as bridegroom to the maid. The son then got his carrier of arms to be his proxy, to enjoy her charms, to marry her and serve in master's stead. She could then transfer to her master's bed. But when his wife got wind of all this fun, she promptly joined forces with her son. Then, to change his son's erotic focus, the father found him an exotic locus. Without that filial impediment, he now expects his love life's betterment. The son will still prevail, though absentee. He profits from a mother's loyalty. But don't expect the boy to come today. Plautus put a roadblock in his way. I'm sure there are those here who ask, what's this? You say that slaves can wed? A courtship and a marriage you propose? Well, you're showing things no other nation knows. Well, I assure you, in more southern climes, such ceremonies happen all the time. Among the Greeks and all people's Punic, and the Pulians, who wear our Roman tunic. You know it's there that takes such pains to see more weddings for the slave than for the free. If any doubt this is the way things are, I'll wager honey wine, a brimming jar, provided judge be Carthaginians, oh so trusty Greeks or faithful Pulians. What's your pleasure? Does no one have a thirst? I thought so. Back to her I spoke of first. The maid whose good these plotting knaves so scorn. She'll be revealed a virgin and freeborn. A citizen of Athens, as you'll see, untouched by all our plays iniquity. In war, succeed, and in business deals, excel. With these last words, your prologue says, well.
So you're not going to let me alone, are you? So I can't speak or think unless I have your say-so? Why the devil do you keep following me around?
Because I've decided to follow you all the time, everywhere you go, just like your shadow. If you wanted to go to hell, I'd be right behind you. Now you with your clever scheming tricks, just try to snatch Casina for your bride. I know you want to.
What's it to you?
What's it to me, you shameless wretch? What's an underhand overseer like you doing slinking into town?
I like to come to town.
Why aren't you off in the country in your own province? Why don't you mind the office you're supposed to mind and keep yourself out of city affairs? You've come here to steal my bride away. Go back to the country now, back to your own province.
Cletus, I haven't forgotten my duties. I left someone well enough in charge of things in the country. I get what I came to town for, to marry that woman you're dying to have, that pretty little Casina, your fellow slave. I'll lead her off with me as my bride to the country, and we'll be secure enough in the country, in my own province.
You're going to marry her? By Hercules, I'd rather hang myself than let you have her.
She's already my catch. Go stick your head in a noose.
You son of a dung heap, she's your catch.
You'll see soon enough.
Damn you.
Just think of all the ways you'll suffer on my wedding day.
What will you
Do to me? What will I do to you? First, build a wedding torch for my new bride. Next, you'll be a worthless good for nothing. After that, whenever you come to our farmhouse, you'll get one path, one pail, one jug, one spring, and 8! That's the bill. And if they aren't filled with water all the time, my whip will give you blisters that will be. Oh, I'll bend you so from carrying water you'll serve as a horse's crupper. And after that, in the country, you might eat a heap of hay. You might eat a pile of earth like an earthworm. But if you ask for anything else, hunger herself won't be as hungry as you'll be in the country. And after that, when you're worn out, famished with hunger, I'll see you sleep the way you deserve to. And how will you do that? You'll be squeezed up tight in the window where you can curse when she says to me, my soul of woolly, my Olympio, my little honey dunny, my holiday. Let me kiss your itty bitty eyes, my joy, my cooing dove, my little sparrow, my wabbit. And when she says all this to me, you villain, why, you'll scamper around like a mouse inside a wall. Now don't try and answer me. I'm going inside. Talking with you is such a bore.
I'm coming after you, Olympia. I'll be damned if you do anything here without my knowing it.
Lock the doors to the pantry and bring the keys to me. I'm going next door to the neighbors. My husband wants me for anything. He can reach me there.
The old man has ordered dinner to be fixed for him.
Ha! Be quiet. Go inside. There won't be any cooking here today. Since he is working against me and his own son to gratify only his desires, I'll pay him back with hunger. I'll pay him back with thirst, with maledictions, with malefactions. I'll fix that lover boy. Oh, I'll torment him with language he won't like. Oh, I'll see to it he lives the life he deserves. That haystack from Hades, that chaser after chastity, that stable of scandals. Now I'll go next door and complain about my bad luck. Oh, look, the door is opening. The very person I'm looking for is coming out. I don't think I left home soon enough.
You women follow me. We're going next door. You in there! Does anyone hear what I'm saying? I'll be next door, my husband. Or anyone else asks for me.
When I'm at home by myself, I find it hard to work.
Didn't I tell you to bring me my reading?
Why, Marina, hello.
Hello indeed. But tell me, why are you looking so sad?
Oh, it's the way women usually look who have a bad marriage. There's always plenty going wrong inside and outside the house. In fact, I was just on my way to see you.
My goodness, I was just coming over to see you. But why are you so upset now? Whatever bothers you is just as much a bother to me.
Oh, and I do believe you. There's no neighbor I love more than you, and with good reason. I can't think of any other woman who has more of those good qualities that I should like to have myself.
I'd like to know what's bothering you.
I'm treated like dirt in my own house.
Oh no! Why? Please tell me.
Especially since I don't understand what you're say is true. Generally, it's men who don't get their rights from their wives. Nevertheless, against my will, he has asked for my little serving girl, the one who belongs to me, the one who I brought up at my own expense to give to his overseer. But now, he's in love with her himself. Shh, don't say another word. Surely it's all right to talk now. We're alone. Well, so we are. Wherever did you get her? Surely it's not right for a decent woman to have private property behind her husband's back. Any woman who does has come by it either by stealing it from her husband or by selling herself on the street. It is my opinion that every single thing you own belongs to your husband. And everything you've said against a friend. Now hush, you simpleton, and listen to me. Don't set yourself against him. Let him make love. Let him do what he wants to, as long as you're well provided for at home. Are you sure you're feeling well? What you're saying is clearly against your own best interest. Silly, always take care to avoid these words from your husband. What words?
Wife, I divorce you.
Shh, be quiet. What is it? There. Who is it? Who do you see? Oh, it's my husband. Go inside, please hurry. I'll go, if that's what you want. Oh, I'll have a free moment soon, and I'll talk with you then. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Love surpasses everything, the gleaming stars above me. There's nothing you can name with greater charm or greater beauty. I simply marvel at the cooks with all their herbs and spices. They don't understand of all the tricks and foods they fix. This garnish is the nicest. Loves the season sure to please. Without it there's no sweetness. No dish savors any flavor, only reeks of cheapness. But love can change a twisted twitch to really seem quite pretty. A fool can be a wit, a wretched lech can sing a ditty, even if it's shit. Nobody needed to tell me this. I learned it all myself at home. Now that I'm in love with Casina, I'll surpass in charm herself. I've been round to all the perfume sellers. Wherever there's a nice perfume, I perfume just to please her. And I do please her as I see it. But my wife, because she's alive, is a torture to me. Just look at her standing there, scowling. I'll have to greet this bad piece of news in a mild-mannered way. Oh, my wife and my delight. What's up?
Oh, go away. Take your hands off me.
Now, my Juno, it's not nice to be so mean to your Jupiter. Where are you going?
Leave me alone.
Stay here.
I'm not staying here.
Then I'll follow.
Oh, tell me, do you feel all right?
Certainly I feel all right. Oh, how I love you.
Oh, I don't want your love.
Get that wish.
You're killing me.
I wish you were telling the truth.
Oh, I can do that one well enough.
Hey, look this way, my sweet.
Oh, yes, as sweet as you are to me. Tell me, wherever did you get that perfume?
Oh, God, I found out. She's told me for sure. Oh, alas, poor me. Why did I wait so long to wipe it off my head? Mercury, the god of commerce, ruin you, you perfume seller. You sold me the stuff.
You scoundrel! You gray-headed, unnatural gnat! Oh, I can hardly keep from telling you what you ought to know. Oh, that you are! To walk through the streets reeking of perfume? You old fool!
Actually, I was just helping a friend of mine while he was buying the perfume.
How quickly he made that one up! Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Say anything you like about me.
What brothel have you been lying in now?
Me? In a brothel?
Oh, I know more than you think I do!
What do you know?
All the old men. There is no old man more worthless than you. Where have you come from, you? Where have you been? What whorehouse have you been visiting? Where have you been drinking? Ye gods, you are drunk! Look how wrinkled your cloak is!
May the gods curse both of us with bad luck if I put so much as one drop of wine in my mouth enough for now, wife. Control yourself. You're getting a bit shrill. Leave yourself something to nag me about tomorrow. Now that you've calmed down, why don't you do what your husband asks you to do rather than fight him all the time?
Oh, why, whatever do you have in mind?
You ask, I have the maid Casina in mind. I have in mind to marry her to our overseer, an honest slave who can supply her well with wood, hot water, food, dresses, a man who can rear the children she will bear. A better slave than the one you give her to. Oh, an armor bearer and a scoundrel, a man who doesn't even have a single coin in his purse.
How strange that at your age you don't remember your duty.
Why do you ask that?
Because if you acted properly and decently, you would let me look after the maids. That's my concern.
Well, why the devil do you want to give her to a shield carrier?
Oh, because we clearly must support our only son.
He may be our only son, but he's no more an only son to me than I am an only father to him. He ought to yield to my desires rather than to his.
Oh, you're not trouble, my good man. You sniffed me out, I see.
Me?
You! Why else would you be babbling? What are you so eager for?
The Casina be given to an honest slave rather than to a wicked slave.
What if I beg and plead with our overseer Olympio to let Calinas have her for my sake?
What if I beg that weapon carrier to let Olympio have her? I think he would grant that request.
Very well. Do you want me to call Calinas out here for your instructions? You ask him and I'll ask the overseer.
And game?
He's on his way. Now we'll find out which one of us is more persuasive.
Oh, at last I can see it. Hercules and all the gods ruined that woman! Poor me. I'm tortured by love. She's opposing me on purpose. My wife has sniffed me out. That soldier slave will have to be carefully watched in this affair. Oh, as for him, would that all the gods and goddesses ruin you!
Sir? Your wife said that you called me?
Yes, I did indeed order you to be called.
Tell me what you want done.
First of all, I want you to wipe that frown off your face. It's stupid for you to scowl at a person who packs a more powerful punch. I've thought for some time that you were a sensible and honest fellow.
Yes, I know. If that's your opinion, why not set me free?
Oh, I want you, indeed I do. But what I want done doesn't mean anything at all if you don't help by doing something too.
I'd like to know what you would like done.
Listen, I'll tell you. I promised to give Casina as a bride to our overseer.
But your wife and son have promised her to me.
I know. Would you prefer to be a free bachelor now? Or live out your life with your children as a married slave? Well, the choice is yours. Choose whichever terms you prefer.
If I were a free man, I would live at my own expense. Now, I live at yours. As far as Casina is concerned, I won't budge. She goes to no other man alive.
Yeah, go inside at once! Call my wife without delay. Bring out an urn with you, and water, and lots.
All right.
Gods, I'll carry this trust of yours. If I can't get anything I want this way, at least I can draw a lot. That's how I'll fix you and your fellow citizens.
Just you wait. May I draw the winning lot?
So you can die by agonizing torture!
She'll marry me. Go ahead and hatch as many plots as you please.
Aren't you out of my sight yet?
Can't stand the sight of me, huh? Still, I'm well enough off.
Am I a poor wretch, or am I not? Isn't everything going against me? Now I'm afraid my wife will ask Olympio not to marry Casina. If that happens, I'm ruined. A worthless old man. If she doesn't get her way, there's still a teensy bit of hope in the lot drawing. But if that last hope trickles away, why then my sword shall be made my bed, and upon it I shall lie. Oh, but look how nice. Here's Olympio.
You may as well put me in a hot oven and bake me till I'm brown as a biscuit, ma'am.
saved to judge from these words.
Why are you threatening me with your talk of freedom, man? Even if you and your son don't want to give it to me, even with both of you against me and totally opposed, I can still become free for a very small fee.
What are you saying? Who are you fighting with, Olivio?
The same woman you're always fighting with?
How do you mean my wife?
What do you mean, my wife? You're like a hunter, you know. You spend your days and nights with the bitch.
But what is she up to? What did she say?
She asked me. No, she begs me not to marry Casina.
What did you say to her then?
I told her I wouldn't give Casina to Jupiter himself if he asked me.
May the gods bless you for that.
Oh, but now she's all in a ferment, swollen up at me.
Gods, I wish she would split right down the middle.
Gods, I believe she already did if you're worth your salt as a husband. Oh, but your love life will be the death of me. Your son hates me. Your wife hates me. The other slaves all hate me.
I want any of that to you. As long as Jupiter here is on your side, these lesser gods won't amount to a fluff of flax.
Now that's a lot of nonsense. As if you didn't know how suddenly a mortal Jupiter can die. When you're finally a dead Jupiter, and your kingdom's been turned over to the lesser gods, who's going to come to the aid of my back, or legs, or head?
Your affairs are in better shape than you think if we succeed in seeing to it that I sleep with Casina.
I don't think it will ever happen. Your wife is dead set against it.
This is what I'll do. I'll cast the lots into the urn and draw for both you and Calinus. I know where things stand now.
But what if the lots don't turn out the way we want them to?
Blasphemous! I trust in the gods. We'll put our faith in the lap of the gods.
I wouldn't buy what you just said for a fiddly-diddly. All men put their trust in the gods, but I still see many who put their trust in the gods deceived in the end.
Be quiet.
What is it?
Look! Venus is coming out of the house with an urn and lots. Now join battle with our banners raised on high.
Tell me, Calinus, what is it my husband wants me to do?
I believe he wishes to see you dead and burning outside the city gate.
Yes, I believe that is what he wants.
I don't believe it at all. I know it for certain.
There's more cunning here than I thought. I seem to have a soothsayer in the house. Now let's lift our banners on high and go forth to oppose them. Follow me. What are you doing here?
Everything you asked for is here. Wife wants her lots and me.
With you here, there's one thing more than I want.
It may well seem that way to you. I'll sting you now. I'll pierce your little heart, you whipping post. You're already scared and sweating.
Shut up, Calinus.
Take this fellow in hand.
Oh, you take him in hand. He's used to being taken in hand.
Bring the urn here. Give it the lots. Pay attention. I thought that you would see your way to granting me this favor, wife of mine, that Casina be married to me. Even now, I think so.
That she be married to you?
To me? Oh! No, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say to me, but I said to him. I got everything completely wrong.
Indeed you have, and you're not right yet.
Give her to him. No, wait, to me! Ah, there, I'm back on the right road.
Oh, you wander off it too often, my dear.
That's what happens when you're trying so hard to get something. But now, each of us, this fellow and me, asks you,
What?
well, I'll tell you, my little honey. With reference to this matter of Casina, do this overseer of ours a favor.
Oh, by the gods, I will not, nor do I give it my approval.
Well, then I'll drown the lots from both
Oh,
sides.
who's stopping you?
I judge rightly that this is the best and fairest thing to do. Afterwards, if things turn out the way we want them to, then we'll be happy. But if it should turn out some other way, why, then we'll bear up with a calm heart. Now take a lot. See what's written on it.
One.
Oh, that's not fair. Each was lot before I did.
Now take this one, please.
Give it to me.
Hey, wait a minute. I just thought of something. See if there's another lot down there in the water.
Oh, you candidate for a whipping post. Do you think I'm like you?
There, that's nothing at all.
Keep a level head.
I pray that this turns out well for me. That fortune sends
A
me.
big disaster.
That's how it will turn out for you. I know how loyal you are. Wait a minute. Are these lots made out of poplar or fir?
Why does that worry you?
Well, I'm afraid they might be too light and float to the top.
Oh, bravo! Be careful. Throw the lots down together here. There you are. Wife, water.
Don't trust your wife!
Cheer up.
By the gods, I'm afraid she'll jinx the lots if she touches them.
Be quiet.
I am quiet! I do call upon the
Did
gods!
you wear an iron collar and be tied to a whipping post?
Let it fall out to me by lot!
That you be hung upside down by your feet?
And the urine overflown out your nose! What are you afraid of? The news should be ready for you by now.
Both of you, pay attention.
I'm quiet!
Now, take Strappa so that you won't have any suspicions. I'll let you do it. God else.
You're ruining me.
A bargain.
Well done.
I pray to the gods that your lot fly out of the earth.
Oh, is that so? Because you're a runaway slave, you want everyone to be like you?
I hope your lot is all mud. I hope it dissolves like the clay lots of Hercules' descendants.
I hope you dissolve. You'll heat up soon enough when the whip is applied to you.
Please, Olympia, pay attention.
I'm sure the scholar here will love me.
May this prove to be good and fortunate for me.
Exactly, and for me too.
No.
No, no, yes!
No, yes, for me.
He'll win. You'll be sorry.
Smash that nuisance in my face. Come on, what's wrong?
Don't you touch him!
Should I hit him with my fist or give him a slap?
Whichever you prefer.
Why did you hit him?
Because my Jupiter here ordered me
Punch
to.
him back in the face!
I'm dead and buried with blows, Jupiter.
What did you hit him for?
Because my Juno here ordered me to.
I'll have to put up with this, I'm afraid. My wife seems to have the power.
My man has just as much right to speak as yours does.
Then why did you ruin my prayer with evil omens?
I advise you to beware of trouble, Venus.
Sound advice after all those fists in my face.
Now, come along and draw the lots. You two pay attention. I don't know why I'm so afraid. My heart's about to leap out. It's all aflutter. It just heaves with the labor.
I've drawn the lot.
Well, let's see it. Am I done for now?
We'll show it it's in my favor.
Why don't you just drop dead?
You lost, Calinus.
For God's a smile on us, Olympio. I'm thrilled.
Thanks to my Roman piety and noble ancestors.
Now go inside, wife, and prepare the marriage ceremony.
Oh, I'll do as you command.
Now you realize it's a long way to that farmhouse where he used to take pride.
Realize
Now
that.
then, go inside, even if you don't want to. Tend to this promptly.
Very well.
Let's go inside too and see that they hurry.
Am I stopping you?
You certainly don't want to say anything else with this fellow around.
If I hang myself now, I'd be wasting the effort. Besides the effort, I'd be going to the expense of a rope and giving my enemies a nice entertainment in the bargain. Why bother anyway? The lots beat me. Casina will marry the overseer. And the worst part is not that she goes to him, but that the old man wanted her so badly to go to the overseer instead of to me. How Rich trembled and how he scurried about, how he hopped up and down when that overseer stole the show. Uh-oh. I'll go over here. I hear the door opening. My friends and well-wishers are coming outside. From this ambush, I'll ambush the both of them.
Just let him come to the country. I'll send him back to a town tied to a yoke like a charcoal fire.
That's just the thing to do.
Oh, I'll see that it's done and taken care of.
If Calinus were at home, I'd send him with you to buy food, so that we could pile more misery on top of the pain our enemy already suffered.
I'll throw back against this wall. I'll make like a crab. I've got to catch their conversation on the sly. One of them puts me on the rack, and the other twists the screw. That candidate for a whipping, just look at that rascal all dressed in bridegroom's white. I'll put off dying for now. I aim to send this fellow to Hades ahead of him.
Oh, how pleasant and obedient I've been for you today. What a pleasure. I hope to get the thing you most desire. The woman you love will be with you tonight, and your wife won't know a thing about it. Quiet.
May the gods love me. I just can't keep my lips off you. I can scarcely keep from kissing you to death. Oh, darling.
What does he mean, kiss to death? What's going on? What is this, oh darling? Ye gods! I think this fellow wants to stretch his overseer's sphincter.
Do you really love me now?
More than I love myself. Will you let me hug you?
What? Hug you?
All right.
Oh, touching you is as sweet as honey on my tongue.
Oh, not on my back, boy!
So that's it. That's why he made him his overseer. Once, when I escorted him home from a party, he wanted to do the same thing to me. Make me his doorman and use my door.
Oh, what an obliging fellow I've been for you today.
Indeed you have. Oh, and as a reward, as long as I live, I'll always reach your interests above my own.
If you ask me, these two will lock toes before the day is over. The old man seems to prefer grown-up boys.
Oh, how I'll kiss Casina to death today. Oh, the great times I'm going to have without my wife's knowing.
Is that so? Now we're back on the straight and narrow. The same fellow is panting with love for Casina.
Oh, how I long to embrace her and to make love.
But you have to let her get married first. Where the devil are you off to?
I'm in love.
I just don't see how it can happen today.
It can, if you really believe you'll be a free man tomorrow.
Now, here's something my hearers will have to pay more attention to. I'll cleverly trap two boars in one bush.
It's already in waiting at a friend and neighbor's house here. I've entrusted him with the whole story of my love. He said he'd give me a room for it.
But what about his wife? Where will she be?
I fixed that quite nicely. My wife will call her over here for the wedding so she can keep her company and spend the night. I ordered it to be done, and my wife said she would do it. Marina will sleep here. Now, I'll see to it that her husband stays out of the house. He'll bring the bride to the country, all right. But the country will be here. At least as long as it takes for me to consummate my marriage with Casina. Then tomorrow morning, you can take her to the country yourself. Isn't that clever?
Well planned.
Go on then, hatch your plots. You'll be sorry you wore out your wits on all this.
Do you know what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Take this first. Go off and buy food. Hurry now. But I want it nice. Softest little tidbits, since she herself is the softest little tit. Right. Buy fish. Tiger, squid, limpets, well-bred fish.
No, breaded fish if you're smart.
And a sole.
Why buy only the sole when you can buy the whole sandal? With that, we can tenderize your whole face, you dirty old man.
Do you want any tongue fish?
What do I need with any of that when I've got a wife at home already? She's my tongue fish. She never shuts up.
When I get to town, I can ask the fishmonger what I should buy.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hurry up now. Monies! No objects. Buy plenty of food. Now I have to see my neighbor and make sure he'll do the thing I've asked him to.
May I go now?
Well, yes!
I was free 3 times over. It wouldn't stop me from plotting some horrible evil against those two today. I'm going to reveal everything to my mistress, the whole plot. I have my enemies in a trap. If she will do her duty, the whole contest will be ours. I'll pass those fellows at a pretty pace. The day is running our way. We, the conquered, have conquered. Now, inside the season one cook is seasoned one way, another way. And what was once prepared will now be unprepared. And what was not prepared before will now be prepared.
Now, Casimus, we'll see whether you're a true friend or enemy. Now the end is sighted. Now the decision is decided. As for finding fault with why I'm in love, stash that away in your purse and say it. Gray hair, you say? Different ages, stash that away. A man with a wife, stash that away too.
I've never seen a man more wretched from love than you.
See that your house is empty.
Even the household slaves are gone. I ordered them all to go over to your place.
Oh, how knowingly knowledgeable you are. But see that they do what any birds do who have to make a long migration. Let them go cawing with their crops filled with goodies for a far-flung flight to the frontier.
I'll keep that in mind.
That's settled. You're really a clever fellow. You don't need a public decree to show your pedigree. I'll take care of everything here. I'm off to the forum now, then right back home.
Have a nice trip.
By the way, see to it that your house has its tongue in its cheek.
What do you mean?
When I return, I won't have time for anything that needs depressing.
You're going to be cut down to size. You make too many puns.
Oh, what good would it be for me to be in love if I wasn't smart and quick of wit? But see to it that I don't have to come looking for you.
I'll be here at home.
So, by the gods, this is what my lord and master begged for so eagerly. To hurry out to call my neighbor there over to my house here. That way their house would be empty and he could take Casina there. That's just why I'm not going to invite her. What? Give those old wretches a chance at a free playroom? Ugh, those randy-running old rams! Oh, but look now. Here comes that pillar of the Senate. The people's protector. My neighbor. The fellow who offered a free house to my husband. It's not worth a pinch of salt.
I wonder why my wife hasn't been invited next door yet. She's been dressed up and sitting at home for some time. Just waiting to be invited. Oh, but look. Here's her invitation. Greetings, Cleostrata.
My greetings to you, Alcasimus. Where is your wife?
She's waiting inside to see whether or not you'll invite her. Your husband asked me to send her to you to help you out. You want me to call her?
No, don't bother her. She's busy.
Oh, she's free now.
I don't really care. I don't want to be a bother to her. I'll meet with her later.
Aren't you getting ready for the marriage?
Oh, yes. So much decoration and preparation.
Don't you need a helping hand or two?
There's enough help at home. When it's time for the wedding, I will see her. Now farewell and give my very best greetings to your wife.
No, now what will I do? I made a complete mess of everything. All because of the business that dirty, toothless old goat got me into. I promised my wife's help. Practically got her to wash dishes for that disgrace of a man who told me his wife was going to invite my wife over there. She claims she doesn't have a care in the world. I'd be surprised if this doesn't mean my neighbor's wife has sniffed him out. No, when I reckon up the accounts, if anything like that had happened, there would already be a claim against me. I'll go inside then and put my own ship in a dry dock.
Now there's a fellow who's been finely fooled. How these wretches do rush around. Now that I finished that one off, I wish that worthless, decrepit old husband of mine would come out and take his turn at being made a fool. What I intend to do is start some kind of quarrel between these two. Oh, but look, here he comes. He'll look that solemn and think he was an honest man.
What a stupid thing to do, and my idea too. For any fellow in love to run off to the forum on the very day he has something available to make love to. That's just what I did, fool that I am. I've wasted the day away while I stood by as an advocate for a relative of mine. Well, I'm delighted that he lost his case, so he didn't need my services for a trial today. Too bad if he did anyway. Anyone who calls a counselor to counsel should first find out whether the counselor has his heart in it, body and soul. Otherwise, let him go home solo. But there's my wife in front of our house. Heavens above. I'm afraid she's not deaf and has heard everything.
By God, I heard what you said, all right, you with your evil plotting.
I'll go nearer. How are you, my delight?
Why, dear, I've been waiting for you.
Is everything all arranged then? Are you going to call over our neighbor's wife to help you?
I invited her as you commanded me. But your comrade, your excellent friend, has gotten a little annoyed with his wife. He says he won't send her if I invite her.
That's your worst fault, you know. You're not very seductive.
It's not a wife's duty, my dear husband, to entice other women's husbands. That's a job for whores! You go and invite her! I want to look after what needs to be done inside our house! My darling husband.
Hurry up then.
As you wish. Now, by God, I'll throw a little fear into his heart. I'll have one miserable lover boy on my hands before this day is over.
I've come back to see whether our lover has returned home yet from the forum. You know, the fellow who made a fool of me and my wife. The madman. But there he is, right in front of his house. By Hercules, I'll go right up to you.
And by Hercules, I'm doing the same to you. What do you have to say for yourself, you worthless bum? What did I order you to do? What did I plead with you to do?
What do you mean?
Oh, how carefully you emptied out your house for me. What a nice job you did of bringing your wife over to our house. Thanks to you, I'm ruined, and so are my chances.
What do you mean? Why don't you go hang yourself? You just told me that your wife was going to invite my wife to come over.
But she said she had invited her, and she said that you said you weren't going to send her.
Well, she told me herself she didn't mind doing what was assigned her. That's her job.
Oh, she's ordered me to call her now.
What? As if I cared now.
Well, now you're ruining me.
Well, now that's just fun. Well, now I want you to, do something pleasant and do it willingly. You won't have any more well nows today than I will. Well, now, the very last time, may the gods destroy you.
Well, now what? When you send your wife over to my wife?
Marry her if you want to. You can go to hell 100 times and back if you want to. With her, your wife, and your girlfriend. Go on inside. Attend to your other business. I'll order my wife to cross over to the garden to visit your wife.
Well, now, you're the sort of friend a man should really have. What brought this love to my heart? Was it the Roman omen? What was it I did to offend Venus? Why does she make so many delays for me and my love? What's that? What is this uproar inside our house?
accomplished all in wondrous wise. Oh, new and unheard of audacity, be thou ware, Cleostrata. Oh, take ye care, take thyself from out her sight, I pray, lest she rampant in her rage bring some evil in thy way. Oh, snatch from her the sword that is so sorely vexed in wits.
Why, whatever can be her reason for leaping out here so scared and out of breath? Pardon, Liska.
I am undone. But whence to mine ears acquire the tone of another's voice?
Look over this way.
Oh, master mine,
What's the matter? Why are you so frightened?
I am undone.
What do you mean? You are undone.
I am undone. You are undone.
He is undone. We are undone. You are undone. They are undone. God, I too am undone. Alas, how so? Woe be unto you! On the contrary, I would prefer woe apply to you.
Oh, be pleased, lest I fall.
What is the matter? Tell me quickly.
Hold up my bosom. Fan me, please, with your cloak.
I'm afraid to find what this business may be about. Unless she's tickled herself with the blossoms of Bacchus.
Please, hold my ears.
You can go from me straight to the cross. May the gods ruin your bosom, your ears, your head, and you. If I don't find out what's going on inside immediately, I'll scatter your brains all over the floor with this. You viper, you've done nothing but make a fool of me so far.
Oh, master mine.
What is it, oh maidservant mine?
You're too mean to me.
You're exactly right there. But tell me what's going on and do it in a few words. What is that noise inside?
You shall listen. Your maid began to raise trouble inside the house. Yes, a great deal of trouble. And this is what she did. Not at all befitting one of decent Greek upbringing.
Well, what did she do?
Fear
fetters the tail of my tongue. Can I ever learn from you what is going on?
I shall tell you. Your maid, whom you want to give as a wife to your overseer.
She within.
What within? What is it?
She follows the evil example of wicked women. She threatens her husband, his life.
Well, what does she threaten?
Yes.
What?
She says she wants to deprive his life.
Ha!
A
Sword! What?
A
sword! What about a sword?
She has one.
Ha! Why does she have it?
She's running through every room of the house. She will let no one come near her.
That's why everyone is hiding under the chests.
Under the bed.
Speechless with terror, they tremble. I'm dead and done for. What evil thing was it that came upon her so suddenly?
She's gone.
Mad! From the dead of all men alive.
Oh, if you only knew what words she said today.
I would like to know them. Today, what did she say?
Listen.
By all the gods and goddesses she swore,
overseer.
He knows full well he's off the road and on a detour.
She really threatened me.
She's more angry at you than at anyone else.
Why?
Because you're marrying her to Olympia. She won't allow your life, or her own life, or that of her husband, to be prolonged another day. I've been sent here to tell you. Be on your guard!
Gods, I'm ruined. Poor me.
You deserve to be.
There is not now, nor has there ever been an old man in love more wretched than me.
And stringing him along so cleverly. Everything I've told him was nothing but a lie. My mistress and her friend from next door invented this trick. I was sent here to play it on him.
Listen now. Hardaliska,
Yes? What is it?
there's something.
What?
Something I wanted to ask you.
You delay me.
You're slaying me. But tell me, does Casina have the sword even now?
She does. In fact, she has two.
What? Two?
Yes. She says she'll kill you with one of them today, and then kill your overseer with the other.
Oh, I'm the deadest of all men alive. I think I better put on a breastplate. What's my wife? Didn't she go up to take the swords away?
No one dares come near her.
Well, let her beg before them then.
Oh, she is begging! But Casina refuses to cooperate in any way, unless she knows she won't be given to the overseer.
Well, then she'll get married today even if she doesn't want to. For the simple reason that she doesn't want to. Why don't I finish what I started to do? She could marry me. I wanted to say overseer.
You make that little error often enough, don't you?
Dear, better the tale of my tongue. Please, get my wife to plead with Casina to lay the swords aside and let me come back in the house.
I'll take her the message.
Be sure you ask her.
I'll be sure to ask her.
Be sure you ask her wittingly, as is your custom. But listen now. Get this done. On your foot a freedman's sandal shall be put. A ring of gold upon your hand, and lots of gold at your command.
I'll see to it.
See that you do. Get what I want.
I'll tell her the truth if I am not detained by you.
Yeah. See that you do. Do. But my help is returning with the goods. He's leading a parade.
Keep your thorns in line, you thief.
Why are these fellows thorns?
Because whatever they touch, they break off at once. I'm going to take it back, they take right off. The same thing happens wherever they go. They do their masters double damage.
Oh, go on.
Wait a minute. I will dress myself up in a grand aristocratic style and go greet my master.
Why, good day, my fine fellow.
I must admit I am.
How are things going?
Oh, you're in love. I'm hungry and thirsty.
You've made quite an elegant entrance.
I don't need you today. Make love on your own.
Wait a minute, you with all your air.
Oh, P, your conversation stinks.
What's the matter?
This is the matter.
Come closer.
But don't give me a hard time, man.
You're gonna get it, see, if you don't come here.
Oh, Zeus! Ozone, would you please keep away from me? Do you want me to throw up right here?
Wait.
What is it? Who is this man?
I'm your master.
Whose master?
The one whose slave you are.
Me? A slave?
Yes, my slave.
I'm not free. Think again. Think again.
And wait. Stand still, you.
Stop it.
I'm your slave.
That's much better.
Oh, I beg you, my Olympia lady, my father, my paterfamilias, my patron.
You do have taste. Go on.
I really am yours.
What do I need with such a worthless slave?
Now, how soon will you feed my desire?
Well, I wish dinner were finished cooking right now.
Have these fellows go off and tend to it then.
Quick! Go off to it and see to it that the dinner's prepared. See to it that my meal is soused in sauce. Oh, but I want to dine elegantly and neatly. None of that Roman style fodder for me. You're still here. Why don't you go in?
She says that Casina is inside the house with a sword. She says she plans to kill you and me.
Oh, sure, that's fine for her. They're fiddling with trifles. I know how these demons are. Come along now.
Oh, gods, I'm afraid something's wrong. You go inside and find out what it is.
My life is as dear to me as yours is to you. Come inside.
If you insist, here's company for you.
By the gods, I don't believe they have as festive games at Nemea or Olympia as the gamey games we're playing on our household's old man and our overseer, Olympio. Everybody's rushing around inside the house. The old man is shouting in the kitchen, urging on the cooks. Why don't you get on with it? Why don't you produce the food if you're going to produce it? Hurry up! Dinner should have been cooked by now. And the overseer is walking around with a wreath on his brow, all in white, scrubbed and dressed, fit to kill. Those two women are dressing Calinas to give him in marriage to our overseer in place of Casina. But they've covered this all up very cleverly, as if they didn't know anything about what's going to happen. The cooks have seen to it that the old man won't eat. It's too clever for words. They're turning over the pots and throwing water on the fire. They're doing all this at the request of the women. What they want to do is to drive the old man out of the house without his dinner. Once he's gone, they can stuff their bellies. I know these greedy women. They can devour whole shiploads of food. But wait, the door's opening.
If you take my advice, wife, you women will go ahead and dine as soon as dinner is ready. I'll have my dinner in the country. I want to follow this new bridegroom and his new bride out there. I know only too well what wicked men can do. I don't want anyone running off with her. Have a good time now. Now hurry and send those two out as soon as they're ready. We must get there while it's still light. I'll be back tomorrow, wife. Tomorrow I'll have a banquet.
Just what I said would happen is happening. The women have driven the man out of the house without his dinner.
What are you doing here?
I'm going where my mistress sent me.
Oh, is that so?
I'm late.
What are you doing lounging around here while everyone else is rushing around inside?
I'm off.
Well then, be off, you horrible whore! Has she gone at last? Now I can say what I please. A man in love needs no food, not even if he's hungry. But look who's coming out now with nuptial wreath and bridal torch. My ally, my equal, my fellow hubby bridegroom, my overseer.
This way, flute player. When they bring my new bride out of doors, fill the entire street with the sweet sound of my wedding song. Oh, wedding hymn, dear wedding hymn.
What now, my savior?
I'm starving by the gods. I don't think I'm saving myself at all.
But I'm in love.
But I don't care, damn it. Love may be food enough for you. As for me, my guts are rumbling from starvation.
Oh, what are those slowpoke ladies I for? It's as though the more I rush around, the less gets done.
Maybe if I sing the wedding song, maybe that will make things go faster.
That's fine. Do it. I'll help you. We'll have a joint ceremony.
untamable.
Why do you say that?
You're too unbridled.
Have you ever felt me to be too unbridled?
Gods forbid. Wait, the door's opening. They're coming outside.
Ah, the gods want to save me after all.
He has a whiff from afar of this male Casina. Over doors, threshold, lift high. Come, my young bride, with your feet go so high. Long may you live, journey's begun. So may you outlive your man number one. Waxing in power, winning in might, weaving your webs of widow's delight. Don't beat your husband every time you fight him! Out-talk him! Out-shout him! That is now your custom! His debts you well take all the oaths. Both days and nights plot his next overthrow. Be sly, I pray, in every way. Keep this command.
She'll be up to her neck in trouble and at once if she makes the least little mistake.
Hi!
I won't shut up.
What's the matter? One wicked woman is waking wickedness in another.
Undo everything we've done so far. That's just what they hope and pray for, to undo all we've done.
Come now, Olivia. Take this away from us whenever you wish.
Well, give her to me if you're going to do it today.
Go inside. Go inside.
Please keep this innocent, untouched maiden gently.
Certainly. Very well.
Go inside now.
Very good day to you.
Is my wife inside yet?
She's in the house, don't worry.
I'm a free man! Oh, my little heart! Oh, my little honey one. My little springy wing.
Listen, if you know what's good for you, you'll keep your hands to yourself. This girl is mine.
I know, but I get to have her first.
You hold the wedding torch.
No, I prefer to hold her instead. Oh, Venus omnipotent. How many blessings you gave me when you gave me possession of her.
My little itty bitty body kills. My witty wifey too. Ah! Gods!
What's the matter?
She stomped on my foot like an elephant.
Now, Olympio. No Plautus is downing as her breast.
And what pretty little nabby-wabbies. Oh! Victory!
What's wrong?
She struck me in the chest. She's got an elbow like a battering ram.
Now I ask you, Olympio, why are you treating her so roughly? When I touch this little bell, she's never bellicose.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, what a strong little thing she is. She almost laid me out with that elbow. of
You
hers.
know what that means. She wants to get laid out herself.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go inside.
Come along sweetly, sweetie.
We had a good time inside, and now you come outside to see the wedding games. By the gods, never have I laughed as much as this. I don't think I'll ever laugh as much again as long as I live. Wouldn't it be nice to know what Calinus is doing? To know what the bride is doing with his husband? No planet ever put together a plot craftier than the fabulous fable we've created.
Oh, I can't wait to see that old man now with his face smashed in. To tell him no one more wicked ever lived. Oh, unless you think the man who offered him a room for his debauchery is wicked too. I want you to take over now, Carolista. Make a fool of any man who comes outside.
I'll do that gladly, just as I usually do.
Watch everything they do inside. Take your places behind me now.
That way you can say what you want to as boldly as you please.
no. My master and I have outdone ourselves with this marriage. I'm ashamed, I'm afraid. We're both of us laughing stocks. What a fool I've been. Say, that's something new for me. A fellow embarrassed who's never been embarrassed before. And now listen closely while I tell you what happened to me. Pay attention, it's worth your trouble. It's so ridiculous for you to hear and me to repeat. What a disturbance I caused in there. After I led this new bride inside, I took her straight into the bedroom. It was dark in there as the bottom of a well. And since the old man wasn't there yet, I said, lie down. Oh, I got her in position. I propped her up with a pillow. I said flattering things to her. I softened her up. That way I could have my marriage before the old man had his. I started off slowly at first because I kept expecting the old man to surprise us. I asked her to kiss me, to get the ball rolling, so to speak, but she did not slap my hand away and wouldn't even let me kiss her. More than ever, I was ready to enter Casina. I pressed home eagerly. I wanted to relieve the old man of that task. I shut the door so he wouldn't catch me by surprise.
Come on now, go over to him.
Tell me, where's that new bride of yours?
Oh, Hercules, I've done more than Plautus discovered.
Then it's only fair you confess the whole thing in proper order. What happened inside? What did Casina do? Was she obedient enough for you?
No, it's so embarrassing.
Oh, tell the whole thing, just as you started to.
It's so embarrassing.
Come now, be bold. After you got in bed, I want to know what happened.
But it's so disgraceful.
Everybody who hears it will see to it that they are not corrupted by your tale.
It was so big.
You're stalling, now go on.
I reached all the way up under her dress and I found...
What?
Oh la la!
What? What did you find?
Oh, the most enormous thing! I was afraid she might have a sword. I began to search for it. One thing I didn't need in bed under me was a sword. While I was searching to make sure she didn't have one, I put my hands on a handle. But now that I think about it, she didn't have a sword. That would have been cold. Oh,
Go on.
but it's so embarrassing.
Wasn't a horseradish, was it?
No.
It wasn't a cucumber, was it?
I think odds are no telling what it was, except that it wasn't any kind of vegetable. One thing is clear, whatever it was, no blight had touched it. Yes, whatever it was fully grown.
What happened then? Tell me.
I called softly to Casina. I said, please, little wifey mine, why are you rejecting me, your husband? It's really unfair you're doing this to me. I'm the one who won you, you know. Well, she didn't say a word. She covered up that place where you are women with her dress. When I saw that pasture fenced off, I asked her to let me try another field. I asked her to be nice and roll over. She didn't say a word. She just lay there, never saying a thing. I tried to kiss her. I tried to lift her lovely legs into the air.
He was telling me it all so charmingly, just as charmingly as could be, and the joke's on him.
I thought I might at least get a kiss from her, but the beard on her lips scratched my cheeks like a bristle. I got on my knees at once and she struck me in the chest with her feet. I fell headlong off the bed, then she punched me in the face. That's when I ran out of there without making a sound and wearing the very clothes I've got on. Now the old man can have a drink from the same cup I've drunk from.
That's perfect. Tell me, where's your little cloak?
I left it inside there.
Well now, you think you've had enough clever tricks played on you for one day?
When? How? Oh no! The door's opening! I hope she's not following me!
My shame sets me on fire with my thwarted desire. What more can I do with my life all askew? The very sight of my wife would send me straight to the knife. I don't even dare look in her face. I'm dead and done for, a total disgrace. She's got me by the throat, plainly. I'll struggle hard, but oh, how vainly. I wish I knew how to clear myself with her. And here I am, poor me, without a cloak. All because of the wedding I tried to have on the sly. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do now but confess. That's probably the best course. I'll go inside and offer my back to my wife for a beating. Or is there someone of you here who would like to do that job for me?
I
don't know what else to do but to be like a wicked slave and run away from home. There's no salvation for these shoulders if I stay here. Oh, all a lot of nonsense. Pay it no mind. By the gods, I'll get flogged. But if I deserve it, that doesn't mean I like it. I'll go up this way at once.
Stop right there, lover boy.
I'm done for. I'm called back. I'll sneak off this way and pretend I didn't hear.
Where do you think you were going? Want to imitate the degenerate ways of the Greeks, eh? Want to get under me again? Now's your chance. Go back into the bedroom if you want. You're finished. Step this way. I'll find a fair arbitrator for you. Outside the courtroom.
Oh, this is the end. That fellow will shave my shanks with that cudgel of his. I better escape this way. That way is blocked off by that fat-bearing ball-buster.
A very good day to you, lover boy.
Oh, no! That way's blocked off by my wife. Now I'm between the altar and the sacrificial blade, and I don't know which way I can flee. Wolves on the one side, dogs on the other. But the wolf is armed with a club. I think I'd better reserve the old proverb and go this way. I hope a bitch's bark won't be as bad as a wolf's bite.
What are you doing, you bigamist? Tell me, dear husband, where have you been? Why are you dressed like that? What have you done with your staff? Why aren't you wearing your cloak? I believe he lost it in adultery playing lecture with Casina.
I'm ruined.
Aren't we going to bed now? I am Casina.
You can go to hell.
Don't you love me?
Come now, answer me. What did you do with your cloak?
It was those women. Yeah, it was a Bacchic orgy.
A Bacchic orgy.
Yes, a Bacchic orgy. Why?
He's making that up. Everyone knows the Bacchic orgies I'm playing here now.
Damn, I'd forgotten that. But still, the Bacchic orgies.
What about the Bacchic orgies?
Well, if that can't happen here,
You're afraid they might be here?
me? Afraid?
You're looking awfully pale, you know.
I'm not afraid. Why, do you think I'm lying?
Oh, you're asking me?
Oh, Marina, what should I say?
You know well enough.
This whole thing has turned out pretty rotten for me.
Oh, I'm just tickled to know you had such a pleasant time at your wedding.
Oh, shut up! I'm tired of this game.
You started the game, old man.
You think it's a game to make a poor old man wretched and worry him to death?
Come on now, Olympia, go ahead, tell him.
You wanted to cheat me. You wanted to consider for yourself the whole time. I see that. By the gods, no, I won't shut up. You begged me over and over to take Casina for my bride, but just so you could have her.
I did that?
No, of course you didn't. It was Hector of Troy.
He'd have laid you out from the start. But did I really do all those things that he said I did?
Oh, you have to ask.
Well, if I did them, I was wrong.
Come inside. If your memory fails you, I'll refresh it.
Oh! I think I'd rather take your word for all you say. But wife, please grant pardon to your husband. Marina, plead with Cleostrata for me. If I ever fall in love with Casina after this, or if I ever begin to, not to speak of making love, if I ever begin to do anything of the sort, why, wife, you'll have every right to string me up by my thumbs and give me a sound lashing.
Oh, I think this pardon ought to be granted. I'll do as you say. And the main reason I shall grant this pardon now, and with less reluctance, is to avoid making a long play even longer than it already is.
You're not angry?
No, I'm not angry.
I can take you for your word.
That's what I said!
No one has a more charming wife than I have.
Come now, give him back his staff and cloak.
Here you are. By the gods, what a terrible wrong was done me today. I married 2 husbands, and neither of them treated me the way a new bride should be treated. Dear spectators, to you I'll now confide. What next will happen when We're inside. Casina's mystery will at last stand revealed. She's Alcesimus's daughter, long concealed. She'll marry Euphemicus, my master's boy. He's handsome and young, and this play's last ploy. So those of you who now refuse to applaud, instead of embracing some lovely young bawd, can mate with a goat whose scent has been fixed with slime and bilge water drawn from a ditch.